Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the Kansas Speedway for tonight's Kansas 135. My name is Robert Hill Jr. Joining me, as always, is Chris Wright, and we may be joined a little bit later by Matthew Weeks. And tonight, of course, is the third to last round of the regular season, chasing down towards the playoffs. Tonight, we do have a track temperature of 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 77 degrees ambient temperature, 57% relative humidity, partly cloudy skies with 2-mile-per-hour winds. We are racing under the lights here this evening, so a nice little change from what we're used to. And, of course, tonight, utilizing the Gen 4 version of the ARCA car. Tonight's race format, 90 laps, no stages, and 3 sets of tires. I don't know if Chris Wright is here as of yet. Chris has joined us. Chris, how you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing good tonight, my buddy, as we take a look at the starting grid. Gavin Higgins on the pole, Jay Kaner on the outside, Justin Fuller and Ray Bracey making up row number 2, Michael Hossack, William White, a couple internationals there in row number 3, Elite Norgard, Jacob Adams in row 4, Wyatt Canadal, Tyler Skordensky rounding out the top 10. Trey Eidson, Corey Abbott there in row number 6. Row 7, Andrew Hardcastle, Jamie Haley. Row 8, EJ O'Rourke in his debut. Colin Culpa on his outside. Cash James and Brandon Ultra there in row number 9. Row 10, Mark Murphy and Harrison Talon rounding out the field. Michael Goodman, Trey Holmes, Mark Rebillis, Cam Barnes, as well as Hunter Smith, Garrett Sidnor, Randy Canadal, David Dunwoody, John Peterson, Alex Gray, Connor Thompson, and Josh Osborne. A little bit of information to fill you in on here tonight. We are running a giveaway with our friends over at the Pit Pass Network. You will need to drop a comment here in the YouTube chat as well. Make sure you head over to their Twitter page, Pit Pass Network on Twitter. Retweet their tweet about tonight's race, or I guess it's called a Zeet now on X. Retweet that, and you'll have a chance on lap 35 to win a nice camouflage Pit Pass Network hat, Chris.
Yeah, doing a nice giveaway there at Pit Pass Network. Excited to see who wins that giveaway. Make sure everybody goes to the enters as we get ready to go green here.
Chris,
and it is a Gen 4 tonight.
That's right. As I mentioned, Gen 4 Cup race tonight. Gavin Higgins on the pole. Jay Kaner on his outside as we are green. Chris, why don't you go ahead and make some race picks here real quick before anything goes disastrous?
Well, based on practice and confidence that he has coming in here to tonight, I know he's put a lot of time. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick Jacob Adams to get this thing done tonight.
Jacob Adams, of course, starting back outside of the top 5 in position number 8. A great pick in the number 52 machine here tonight. I'm going to have to go with another driver that, just an update on practice, folks. Jacob Adams and Michael Hossack both were very quick in practice. I'm not going to go with Hossack tonight. I am going to go with another recent joiner of the league in the 55 car of Justin Fuller. Fuller, my pick. Adams, the pick of Chris Wright. So both in the 50s. As you see, Ray Bracey already jumping to the inside of Justin Fuller. That is for position number 3, as it looks like they're going for second. Fuller up to the high side, and Fuller in the wall. Oh, we got a wreck. Justin Fuller, Ray Bracey. Bracey, looks like some contact there, maybe from Cash James. Ray Bracey, he's destroyed. Done for the day after getting hooked by the Justin Fuller machine. That is so unfortunate there for Ray. I'm not sure if we do have a replay. I believe we do. Let's take a look here on the Robotics Photography replay machine.
Man, that 55 just comes down thinking it's going to cut the apron.
You see Justin Fuller up in the outside wall. Ray Bracey comes to his inside. Fuller chases down the racetrack and unfortunately does hook Ray Bracey into the outside wall. Ray Bracey slow on the racetrack. Very unfortunate there for Ray.
Yeah, he'll have to try again next week. That's really stings there to get wrecked early in the race like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime you do end up getting wrecked, it sucks, but especially so early as it looks like Justin Fuller has gone around with help, potentially, from Wyatt Canadal. We are under caution. as we take a look on the Robilis Photography replay machine. Thanks to Mark Robilis for supporting our replay here on the broadcast tonight. Justin Fuller on the inside. That is the 84 of Wyatt Knadel up on the outside. Looks like maybe both drivers went for the same position there, Chris.
Yeah, I think the 84 got a little loose. The 55 was coming up the track.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Fuller goes around. Knadel into the outside wall. Don't know that either driver really has any catastrophic damage, but of course both drivers now going to have some extra work to do to work their way back up through the field.
Not a good start for this 55 machine.
Absolutely not. We're just 4 laps in as of that caution. Actually, lap 5. I do apologize. And Justin Fuller's been involved in 2 incidents thus far. Maybe a bit of a commentator's curse there? And just actually dipping over to the YouTube chat, I see Brent Jones hanging out with us over there. Brent Jones, he had a pick of Ray Bracey tonight. Well, Brent, maybe not the best pick this evening, as Bojo is sitting on pit road. We also have Red Racer 1985 here cheering on his friend Joshua Osborne. Osborne, I believe, in his second start here tonight in car 39. There's Josh Osborne on the screen. And we do have a ruling from race control on the incident between Ray Bracey and Justin Fuller. The 55 of Fuller has been ruled at fault. That is a tally for Justin Fuller. As we do have some action on pit road, it's Mark Murphy coming down. Wyatt Knadel, Michael Goodman, Cam Barnes, Hunter Smith, Garrett Sidnor, Andrew Hardcastle, Mark Robilis, Hunter Smith, David Dunwoody, John Peterson, and of course Ray Bracey. Now, Chris, I believe we ran this track last season. Actually, first off, let's get to the update from race control. Contact between Wyatt Knadel and Justin Fuller. Wyatt Knadel, the 84, has been issued a tally at fault for that incident. But I believe we ran here last season. And actually, before we get to your insight, let's get to Ray Bracey. Ray Bracey standing by with Chris Wright for an interview.
Well, Ray, this is not the conversation that you wanted to have tonight, especially at this point in the race. Based on practice, based on the race, did you think you were going to have a good one? And then ultimately, second lap there, you got wrecked on the front stretch. Not really of your own doing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I could tell he was sorry. He messaged me. It's, it's whatever. Like, he hit the wall. I should have went lower to just in case. Like, I've been practicing, and whenever I hit that wall, I always go really low because of it. So, yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but just very unfortunate. I've been practicing for the past 2 hours, so just to get wrecked so early. I guess if I had to get wrecked, I'd rather it be earlier than later. So, it is what it is. Just frustrated. That's all. But no hard feelings or anything.
Yeah, definitely not intentional there, and you got wrecked there. It's a rough start for the 55. I am not sure how this is going to go. 55 might actually get parked if he gets that second tally. So not the start of the race that he wanted either. But we'll give you a chance here before we let you jump out of here and find something, I guess, to do with your time after wasting that 2 hours there. But give you a chance to shout out your sponsors or anybody you want to shout out.
I don't really have any sponsors. It's just me. Just shout out shout out to Me Fine. That's Zach's sponsor. It's a charity thing that he's a part of. So they do good things. I can't speak for him because I don't know a whole lot. But yeah, go check out Me Fine if you're in a donating mood. Why not?
Yeah, and before you jump out of here, I just want to let you know that I was really looking forward to you. Were one of the guys that I was really looking forward to watching tonight, getting to race with you last season, these 1.5 miles, this Gen 4. I kind of thought you were going to be one of the guys up there towards the front and giving us the show, so we hate that you're not going to be up there tonight, but we look forward to watching you get back out there and get some redemption next week.
Yep, I'll be back stronger than ever next week.
And just before we let you go, Ray, I want you to know that Brent Jones might have put a curse on you. He was cheering for you over in the YouTube chat. And because you are out of the race at this point, if you want to head over to the YouTube chat, we're going to be doing a giveaway in lap 35 for those that comment in the YouTube chat. Giving away a Camouflage Pit Pass Network hat. So if you want to go check that out, be sure to do so.
There you go. Maybe I can salvage something out of this after all.
Absolutely. Sorry for your luck tonight, Ray, and we'll see you out here next week.
Yep. See you then. Thank you.
Guys, that was Ray Bracy, unfortunately out of tonight's event just a few laps in.
Yeah, you hate to have that happen so early in the race to a guy that we
Especially
both
such
probably,
a nice guy, man.
Yeah, and he's probably going to run pretty well tonight just based on running with him in the mile and a half last year and what he's done this year. Like, he's pretty good at these mile and a half, so we hate to miss out on that tonight.
Ray probably would have been a top 5 to 7 car tonight, just based off of his pace he's had previously at these mile and a halves. As we are back under green at Kansas, it is Jay Kaner and Gavin Higgins on the front row. I almost called him Gary Higgins. That's not Gary, that's Gavin. Watch the battling a little bit further back. Looks like it is cleaner. Jacob Adams, William White, both with a nice start there to work up into third and fourth. Seeing some side-by-sides here. Corey Abbott and Money Jim, Cash James, they're battling side-by-side for position number 10. Just ahead of them, it is Tyler Skordensky getting a little bent out of shape. Skordensky going to slide up. Not too far ahead of him, a late Norgard. EJ O'Rourke to the inside of Michael Hosick. O'Rourke making his debut here tonight. And for those of you that are fans of the NASCAR Truck Series, you might see EJ O'Rourke on pit road from time to time with the Hill Motorsports, Timmy Hill, Tyler Hill team. As you see units on the side of that number 41 machine, that is a sponsor of the Hill Motorsports team.
And I'm going to go a little bit personal here, and we're talking about the 12, Leighton Norgard. He and I had a great battle. It might not have been great for him during the race at Dover, but we talked after. We both talked about how much fun it was. One of those guys that you can race with, and I got to race with him really hard. And for about 3/4 of the 100-lap race at Dover, a lot of fun to race with. So I just want to shout him out for his racecraft and how much fun it was to race with him the other night at Dover in the Truck Series.
Absolutely. As we watch EJ continue his climb through the field, now up to position number 5, Michael Hosick saying not so fast. I'm going to jump up to the high side here. Use a bit of that Canadian maple syrup power to try to work his way back up on the high side. Is just a little bit ahead of them here. Gavin Higgins falling back just a little bit. Jacob Adams was 4th on the restart, now up to position number 2 and chasing down Jay Kaner. So Chris, your pick thus far looking rather strong. And again, folks, over on YouTube, jump in that YouTube chat. Let us know that you are here for the Pit Pass Network giveaway, as well as the race, of course. And on lap 35, we'll take a blind pick through the chat. And whoever is selected, as long as they've retweeted the Pit Pass Network tweet over on Twitter or X or whatever Elon's calling it today, you will win a camouflage Pit Pass Network hat.
Pit Pass Network's a lot of fun, bringing the series to us. Lots of good interviews over there. I believe there's another one coming soon. Not going to disclose who that is, but keep an eye out on the website.
Are you interviewing me? It's me. It's me, guys.
It's you.
It's
I
me.
haven't interviewed anybody for a while. I need to get back into the swing of things over there and maybe get back added to the list.
Yeah, I've had a chance to do some cool Q&As with a bunch of drivers. You can check those out over on pitpassnetwork.com, your home for all things motorsports. From news to reviews and interviews, check out pitpassnetwork.com. Let them know that the Pit Pass Network ARCA series sent you.
Right now, this race for the lead's heating up. We got Jacob Adams all over the back of Jay. Jake had a rough night at Sonoma last night, ready to get back to an oval.
Man, Chris, we should have extended an invitation to Paul Tracy. He's got nothing to do this week. He could have come over here and raced with these guys.
Yeah, I don't know how interested Paul would be coming over here and racing with us.
We might have been under caution a bunch of times more, though.
Most definitely.
we got enough Canadians here with Michael Hosick. Hosick's a badass out here in position number 8. Or should I say a bad Chad? There we go. He's a bad Chad.
But if anybody can get word to Paul Tracy, I'd love to sit down and have an interview with him. Yeah, I think it would be a great listen.
Yeah, absolutely. I know he did. Oh, as we see EJ in the wall back there, the 41 machine down the back straightaway. He grabs a little bit of that outside wall. One thing I noticed in practice, we saw Jacob Adams kind of running that middle lane, whereas Michael Hosick, he was hugging the wall as Hossack disappears. And during practice, they ran the exact same lap time to pace the session.
I can tell you this. I spoke to Jake a little bit before the race, just for a minute, see what he thought, what his outlook was, as the 41's in the walk-in. He's got some pretty good damage now. But Jake said that he felt like if you wanted to run really fast for a short run, the wall was the way to go. But as far as tire saving goes, you want to stay close to the bottom as you can get, because that will help save the tires for the long run.
As we are riding on board with Cash James, the founder of PitPassNetwork.com. See him on just on the rear bumper of Michael Hossack. He's going to take a look to the inside of that machine. Now he gets back in line. Number 93 having a solid night here tonight, up 9 spots in position number 8. And actually, he is our biggest mover of the night. Cash James.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if the 24 did go up to the wall, wear his stuff out a little bit, because he's backsliding for sure.
Well, one thing to point out, and I had this discussion with Goodman earlier, as we take a look at Michael Goodman here battling with Mark Murphy. They only have 2 additional sets in the pits tonight, Chris. So with this being a 90-lap race, you have to make each set last at least 30 laps.
Yeah, I don't buy into that lap number, like, oh, lap 30 is when you need to come get that set of tires.
No, you definitely don't need to come down, but that's what you have to make your tires last minimum is 30 laps.
I've always been of the theory, if I can get more out of my first set and maybe try to save a set for later, that's always been my theory.
That's me as well, and I mean...
Oh, 41's in the wall again. Oh, he's hitting it hard this time.
Yeah, EJ in that outside wall, pretty good, getting passed by Corey Abbott, Tyler Skordensky. They go to the inside. Here comes Trey Holmes, the homie, to the inside.
That's Dale Sr. right there.
The Intimidator, as we'll call him tonight. No, we won't. That sounds terrible. Trey Holmes to the inside of Corey Abbott. That is for position number 13, as EJ O'Rourke has fallen back to 15th. He's in the outside wall.
Oh, Tyler
again, Skordensky in the wall. O'Rourke in the wall. Trey Holmes able to swivel his way through. Works his way up into position number 12. Just ahead of him, Harrison Talon. This guy, well, he finds his way. He finds his way into trouble quite a bit out here. As let's hope he can have a clean night tonight, because when he does, Harrison Talon is a very strong entry.
Harry is the show. People tune in for Harry.
Yeah, I mean, some people tune out as well for Harry. Don't tune out, please. And we just got a shout out from K9 over in the YouTube chat. Hello from Evergreen Raceway. Well, hello from Kansas, the virtual Kansas, here tonight on the Elite Racing Network, here with the Pit Pass Network ARCA series. Looks like we have a bit of a battle back here around Colin Culpa. On the inside, that is Gavin Higgins. On the outside, it is Colin Culpa. Just behind them, Jamie Haley and Harrison Talon. Looks like we have a couple more cars joining the field, including Trey Holmes. As Holmes trying to work his way up through the field in that number 3 machine. I have to go back to Cash James, Chris. He's up 11 spots now. Continues to climb through the field. Maybe did a nice job of saving those tires.
Yeah, Cash has gotten better in the series. He didn't have a banner there for a while. Kind of
Randy Canadle to pit road.
Kind of ironic that the guy who runs the series can't get the series banner on his car.
It kind of is funny, isn't it? As we see a battle here. William White, Trey Eidson. Eidson up on the high side, White down low. White going to fall back in line in position number 4. But yeah, Cash James, a driver that's really shown improvement this season. And just an update, folks, 9 laps away from that giveaway in conjunction with the Pit Pass Network team. As long as you've put a chat in the chat box prior to lap 35, we'll do a blind pick there, and whoever is the person selected, as long as you have retweeted the Pit Pass Network tweet about tonight's giveaway, you will win a camouflage Pit Pass Network hat.
And you know what? I think we need to go ahead and speak for Cash. If Cash wins this thing, I think maybe he'll give away another one after the race since he won.
If Cash wins this, he's going to be giving away more than a hat. he'd probably give away his house or something. Just knowing how excited he would be. I mean, he would be excited with a top 5, Chris. And I think if Cash James gets a top 5 tonight, we will pull him into the interview room. Top 3 or not.
Looks like Norgard's moving up through here as well. Trey Eidson has passed Jacob Adams. Jake must have ran his tires off a little bit.
Yeah, Leighton Norgard working his way back up through the field, up 4 spots now. He is side by side with Jacob Adams. William White trying to work his way through as well. Just looking a little bit further back, Trey Holmes continuing his climb. Now up 13 spots as he goes by Colin Culpa. Move Trey Holmes into the position number 9 here tonight. He is now the biggest mover on the day. Just behind him, just ahead of him on the racetrack, just behind him in positions gained, is Harrison Talon. Talon up 12 spots. And the next biggest mover, Cash James, up 11 as he's trying to run down the Jacob Adams, William White, Norgard, Trey Eidson, and Jay Kaner machines. Jacob Adams back to position number 5. So he was second, now back to 5th. I think he's worn some of the good off of those tires here tonight.
Oh, no doubt about it. And closing in on him is Cash, trying to race in for a top 5 spot.
Looks like we have a bit of a battle going on back here. Corey Abbott on the inside. That is Brandon Ultra up top. Ultra running an MPI machine as he was sideways right there. That could have been bad.
It sounded like you got a little excited there for a second.
Oh, I got excited right there. I thought Ultra was about to bring out a yellow because that got close. Let's take a look at Michael Goodman here. Goodman currently running in position number 19. He told me tonight his strategy was to save those tires, try to outlast the competition ahead of him, and so far, I think Goody's done a fairly respectable job, up 2 spots from his qualifying position. As we look behind him, EJ O'Rourke and Tyler Skorodensky, both of those drivers, they've been in the outside wall a ton here tonight, and they have fallen through the field as well. Gavin Higgins, our pole sitter, currently running in position number 14 now. He is also taking a tumble through the field.
We are approaching a fuel window here.
We are approaching the fuel window. That is correct. So we should see some pit stops here very, very shortly. We're 32 laps in, 58 to go. 33 in, actually. 58 to go. As it's Jay Kaner out front. He does have company, though, Chris. Trey Eidson in the number 91 machine. He's run down the leader.
Yeah, I'm being told they're about 12 laps away from a stop. I mean, are we going to see some guys maybe not be able to make it on one stop? That's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to talk to my sources a little bit more and see if that's a question that they are having.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see these drivers can do. You said 12 laps, Chris?
It's what I'm being told. Number I was given.
So you got to think that 12 laps includes the fact that we had a caution earlier on. So that doesn't necessarily mean that we can one-stop this race. As Trey Eidson takes a dive to the inside of Jay Kaner. Folks, this is the last lap to get a comment in to enter tonight's Pit Pass Network draw for a camouflage Pit Pass Network hat. We'll give you till the end of 35 here. Eidson on the inside, Kaner up on the high side. Let us know who's going to be the leader at the end of this lap. Who do you think it'll be, Chris?
Well,
I think
we're wrecking down into 1. The 20's up into the fence with contact from the 20. One of those is not the 20.
That is the 22 of Andrew Hardcastle.
That was wild. I was like, the 20 made contact with what's going on down here?
As we do see out on the track, the leader at the line is Trey Eidson. Let's take a look through the chat. I'm going to just blindly hover my mouse over the chat, and wherever it stops, that will be the winner of tonight's Pit Pass Network giveaway.
Now, I am being told that this is going to be very tight. Like, it's a lot of guys are telling me they cannot make it. I'm speaking to some sources that say they just don't see how they can make it.
All right, Chris, I do have the winner of our giveaway, and kind of funny that it worked this way, but the winner of the Pit Pass Network giveaway, winning a camouflage Pit Pass Network hat, well, his car was on pit road earlier. It is the 7 of Ray Bracey. So Bracey has won himself a Pit Pass Network camouflage hat. Ray, I will make sure that Cash James gets in touch with you, gets your information, and gets that hat sent out to you as soon as possible. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, and last season, the Pit Pass Network car won the Pit Pass Network Series Championship. So Ray was
Kinda
talking about
fitting.
not having a sponsor. You know, why don't we get some Pit Pass Network decals on that thing for next week, too?
You know what? We can definitely look into that with Cash James. And looks like we do have a guest up here in the booth. It's Austin. Austin, do you got a copy? I don't think Austin's
does
got a
not.
copy.
Austin said, I ain't got nothing for you.
Hey, good, Austin. So for those folks at home that are like, who the heck is Austin? Why don't you let us know who you are?
I'm a lifelong Pro Edge fan. Been a part of the Pro Edge group for a couple of years now. I haven't raced yet, but I've known all these Pro Edge guys for about 7 years now. So, yeah.
Yeah, Austin goes by president, so I guess he's the president of Pro Edge over there. Austin, welcome to tonight's Pit Pass Network ARCA Series broadcast. We are approaching halfway. It's Trey Eidson, Jay Kaner, Leighton Norgard, William White, and Jacob Adams, the top 5. Actually, Jacob Adams now under pressure here from Cash James. Based off of your experience as a fan and what you've seen thus far tonight, I don't know how much of the race you've caught so far, but what do you think is the biggest challenge these drivers are facing here tonight at Kansas?
No, I'm not too sure. I just got in here, so I'm trying to kind of catch what's been going on.
So now, as Chris and I have noted throughout the race, looks like there's a bit of push off of the corners. The drivers seem to be pushing up a little bit into the wall there, Chris, and you can jump in on this as well, Chris, from your experience at Kansas. What do you think is the biggest challenge these drivers have faced thus far and will continue to face as we close in on the first pit stop of the night?
Tire wear and tire wear and tire wear. That's obviously the biggest thing. A lot of these guys have wore it out. You can run multiple lines out here, and that's great. But everybody who's went up to run the top has pretty much killed their tires. And then Austin, it's great to meet you. But you immediately made half the people out here that are watching mad by saying you like Pro Edge and you're affiliated with Pro Edge. That should not have been your opening statement. You should have been like, hey, I'm an elite fan. You know, sprinkle Pro Edge in later, you know, maybe the next broadcast.
Yeah, I'm an honest guy, man, so no need to hurt anybody's feelings on that statement, but, you know.
So I do know...
I recently joined the Pro Edge group myself here, affiliate, you know, but... I'm not bragging about it everywhere because I don't want, you know, to get wrecked for being guilty by association.
Now, just quickly, I do know we have a Josh Osborne fan over in the YouTube chat. Josh Osborne has just come down pit road for his first scheduled stop of the evening. So the 39 on pit road. Alex Gray has just left pit road. Randy Knadel has already been down pit road, as it looks like Jay Kaner may be indicating that he's preparing for his stop.
Yeah, it'll be real interesting. I think anybody who's pitting right now is still too short as far as making it on fuel. Not 2 laps short, just too short in general. You know, we had that caution in there, and nobody really pitted. So I would like to see somebody run 2 or 3 laps past halfway to just ensure that you can make it.
So one thing that we have to do, actually, is Corey Abbott and Colin Culpa both come down pit road. Austin's joined us in progress here tonight.
Oh, here we go. We got Jay's going to pit this time. The 93's coming.
Wow, Chris, you didn't raise your hand there, buddy.
O2's coming. This is gonna be busy. It's gonna be like a caution flag set of stops.
Jake Kaner, Leighton Norgard, William White, Jacob Adams, Cash James, Trey Holmes, all down pit road. Brandon Ultra, Jamie Haley, also entering onto pit road here. Yeah, you're right. It is like a busy train station. Looks like Gavin Higgins also going to come down pit road. But Austin, why don't you go ahead and make a race pick here? Chris already took the 52 of Jacob Adams. I took the 55 of Justin Fuller. So
Nobody's got my boy Norgard tonight then, huh?
well, a Leighton Norgard, I guess, is the pick for Austin here tonight. So a Leighton Norgard, another pick here tonight. We'll see what he can do. As Trey Eidson, Michael Hosick, and Harrison Talon all come down pit road. Talon, of course, driving that number 1 machine tonight. That is a all-star car of sorts. Justin Vandermarl, Harrison Talon, Wyatt Knadel, all sharing that car this season.
I like what these guys that are doing right now. Hunter Smith, Justin Fuller, Michael Goodman. I think these are the guys. Did these guys pit and get some fuel on that first stop?
They did. So most of the guys out front, actually everyone that's still on the racetrack, has pit.
This might
they
be the
pit
race for the
around
win
lap
later.
6, 7, 8 or so. So with this stop, they can definitely make it to the end.
This might be the race for the win later.
It's definitely going to be interesting to follow along throughout the event, see what happens here, what these drivers can do.
And look at new tires carving through them. They're 3 wide here. All the different lanes. The 12's on the top.
Yeah, this
on
is
the first
wild
tire.
back there around Mark Murphy, EJ O'Rourke, Connor Thompson. Both of those guys do head to pit road. I would have stayed out a little bit longer. As Austin, speaking of a Leighton Norgard, he's up top. He's trying to work his way past, I believe that to be Michael Goodman on the racetrack. Goodman currently scored in position number 3. He's just going to run the bottom, let these guys go on by. The 44, he is going to come down pit road this time. Dip out of the way. The 84 of Wyatt Knadel. Wyatt's been in the wall. Wyatt's been in that outside wall big time. His right front tire.
Right?
That is correct. He was in the wreck. I believe it was with Justin Fuller earlier. Is that correct?
He's going to wreck it again, just about.
Yeah, he was sideways.
Wyatt's one of those guys that I would love to see, start getting some wins in Elite. He's been around for what seems forever.
Well, he was great in the truck race the other night. And we ultimately had a parking lot crash on the first green-white checkered, and Wyatt was taken out in that.
Yeah, Wyatt always seems to find himself in those situations.
And when I say he was great, he was probably a top 3 or 4 truck. And the parking lot crash started right on the front row. Not much you could do.
Oh, yeah.
So things just got a little bit sketchy there around the Cam Barnes machine. A bunch of the lap traffic was trying to go on by. As you see, Barnes, his car shows the number 7 on the door. He is the number 88. Things got a little close. A little too close for comfort.
I actually see it correct. I do not see it wrong. I see an 88 out there.
All right, maybe I'm pulling a different number. It shows 7 on his door on my view, Pepsi on the hood, but that could just be one of those things. Justin Fuller, David Dunwoody, both of those drivers down pit road. That hands the lead over to Garrett Sidnor and Cam Barnes. That is your top 2. Everyone else should cycle back through this pit cycle. Sidnor now down pit road. Cam Barnes comes through. That does complete our pit cycle, and we may be able to make it to the end here with a little bit of saving. But speaking of pit stops, we're going to take ours here, pay some bills, and we will be back in about 2 minutes' time on the Elite Racing Network. Don't go anywhere.
Easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we are back here at Kansas. It's the Kansas 135 here on the PitPassNetwork.com ARCA series. PitPassNetwork.com, your new home for all things motorsports. From news to reviews and interviews, head over to PitPassNetwork.com. You just heard from TA Services, one of our premier partners here at the Elite Racing League, along with Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small businesses. Small business owners, Blue Egg is your biggest fan. Worldwide Technology Raceway is a motorsport racing facility in Madison, Illinois, home to a 1.25-mile oval, a 2-mile road course, quarter-mile drag strip, and a state-of-the-art karting facility known as the Kartplex. Check out Worldwide Technology Raceway today. And, of course, shout-out to Mark Robilis and Robilis Photography, RobilisPhoto.com for all of your photography needs. And Chris and Austin, welcome back into the show here. So far, Jay Kaner, he's put on a show.
Yeah, but I just, while we were away on commercial, I hit up some people on pit road here, asked about the fuel numbers, and I am told everyone is in the neighborhood of about 2 to 4 laps short. With the exception of those guys that ran really long. So this is going to be very interesting.
So, Austin, you're the non-current driver on the broadcast here tonight. Looking from an outsider's point of view, would you try to save those 2 to 3 laps, which is very tough? Or would you maybe try to split this run? Or would you hold out hoping for a caution?
I'm going to do a mixture of holding out and just trying to force that this last hit, I guess you would say. Just because, like Chris was saying, you got 2 to 4 laps short. I mean, if everybody knows we're short, like, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit type situation.
And Chris, what are your thoughts on that strategy?
Well, I know everybody up at the front is short, but here's what else I know. I know Hunter Smith is not. I know that Hunter Smith, Justin Fuller, Michael Goodman, they all pitted on that first caution, had way more fuel. They went way further than us. I know they're not. So I'm trying to back up my pace and just try to do enough to stay in front of those guys.
So my one concern about those guys that pit early is, nearly contact there between Trey Eidson and Cash James for position number 4. Yes, Cash James was in that 4th position. He got by Jacob Adams on pace there. But my concern about the early pit stop is, did one of those drivers or multiple drivers accidentally take a set of tires? Of course, you only have 2 extra sets in tonight's race. You started with the 1 on your car, and you had 2 additional ones to change throughout the race. If that's the case, you might be on really old tires at the end of tonight's race.
Well, yeah, but you're not planning on pitting again. Everybody else is. If it stays green, that doesn't matter.
If these guys opt to come down for a little splash, they're not going to take tires either. So I guess that does kind of cancel it out, as we do see 3 wide. It was Cam Barnes, Mark Murphy, and Corey Abbott. Cam Barnes does come out the victor of that battle. That is for position number 19, 20, and 21, as Barnes now on the outside of Josh Osborne. Osborne just falls back a few spots there, now catching the 50 of Garrett Sidnor. As we just had a lead change, actually we have a battle for the lead. It is a Leighton Norgard on the inside of Jay Kaner, so Austin might be looking like he knows what he's talking about.
Would have thought, huh?
Who would have thunk it? As the driver just behind them, though. Okay, that is the 43 of William White. Anyone that's followed.
Oh, we're wrecking on the backstretch.
Oh,
the
no.
20, the 39.
Gavin,
22.
Gavin Higgins. No, that was Andrew Hardcastle and Joshua Osborne involved. We are under caution by pit strategy.
Here we go.
So anything that we just discussed, guys, throw it in the garbage. Throw it in that paper shredder. As you see the 20, which is actually the 22 of Andrew Hardcastle on the inside. That's Josh Osborne on the outside. You saw Osborne a little bit tight off the corner. He just comes down the racetrack. Yeah, the 39 down the racetrack into the side of Andrew Hardcastle. They both go around. Wow, Hardcastle up on actually no wheels for a second there. Continued contact between those two cars. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that John Cutlip's about to issue a tally to the 39 machine.
Well, this eliminates all the strategy. I think everybody's going to come down, 4 new tires, get the fuel you need, and we're going to see a straight up 25, less than 25. It's probably going to be, what, 22, 23 lap shootout right here.
What we're going to do is we're going to let these drivers get through their pit stop, and then we're going to have a discussion here with one of the drivers in the field. We will try to talk to Michael Goodman here once the drivers get through this visit to pit road. Wyatt Canadle will stay out on the racetrack. Jacob Adams staying out. Adams and Hossack, the 52 and the 24, going to stay out. Sidnor, Barnes, Rabilis also staying out on the racetrack. Very, very interesting. We'll wait for Michael Goodman to exit pit road before we pull him in here. As we will watch the pit exit. See who wins the race off pit road. It does appear to be. Actually, I don't know who won that race off pit road.
Right.
Leighton Norgard going to be the first one off. Leighton Norgard, followed by Jay Kaner, William White, Trey Eidson, Cash James, Harrison Talon, Colin Culpa, Hunter Smith, Trey Holmes, Justin Fuller, Jamie Haley, Brandon Ultra, and Michael Goodman. Let's go ahead and get Goody up here into the broadcast booth. If you just give me a moment here, I'll go ahead and take care of that now. Hey, Michael Goodman, it's the Elite Racing Network. You got a copy?
I got a copy loud and clear.
All right, my friend. A little bit of pit strategy coming into play here. Looks like you did take an early pit stop around lap 8 to try to save some gas or get some extra gas in the car, but it just went out the window. Why don't you walk us through what you've been through so far here tonight?
Yeah, we're just kind of, saving the tires. I think I was talking to you before the race, and tires. They've been important all night tonight, and I still think we got enough to go. I think I can save a little bit, and I might be flirting with the top 10 by the time the night's through.
And just before I hand you over to Chris and Austin here, what has been the biggest challenge you faced thus far tonight? Has it been those tires, or potentially that setup where it seems to be pushing just a little bit on exit?
You got to kind of play that fine line of, just taking it easy going into the corner, and then it's snappy loose out too. So you kind of got to be a little easy on it entering the corner, and kind of ease on the gas. Got to pretend there's an egg under that throttle on corner exit.
Absolutely. I'm going to hand you over here to Chris and Austin. Guys, you got anything here for Goody before we get him back to his channel?
Yeah, Goody, I got a couple things here. One, is that your last set of tires that you put on the car? And two, you were sitting there looking at probably a top 3 or a top 5 without that caution, and now this kind of re-rack and gave everybody the fuel. But we do have some guys who stayed out here, and they're banking on a caution. Jacob Adams, Michael Hossack, we got the 50 out there. How does this change the race and the strategy that you're going to have to use here down the stretch?
Yeah, it's as far as I'm still going to be in that try to save these tires, put that last set on here, so I'm going to have to take a little care of them, but also can't leave any good rubber on these tires either. I got to kind of go for it. With these mixed strategies, there definitely could be another caution that comes into play, so I think that caution kind of blew this race wide open here.
Well, all right, goody. Good luck on the run tonight. Hopefully you put that Volkswagen, get that German engineering up towards the front here. And Austin, you got anything for Goody?
Oh man, good luck on the rest of the race tonight, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was Michael Goodman, currently running just outside the top 20. Or actually currently running inside the top 20. Gains a couple spots to P18. He's looking to work his way up towards the top 10 with just 23 laps to go. But as it looks now, we are about to go green once again. Your race leader, Jacob Adams, on the inside. The outside is Michael Hosick. Row number 2, Garrett Sidnor with Cam Barnes. Mark Robilas, Leighton Norgard, row number 3. William White, Jay Kaner, row 4. Cash James, Trey Eidson round out the top 10. We're about to send the pace car down pit side as we're going to get set to unleash them again here
Watch
for
for
22
wheel
laps. Yes, absolutely. Watch for wheel spin here on the front. We're going to go with a bit of a view that shows out back as we watch the pace car go down pit road. We're heading for the I almost said the wired audio zone. I'm still in Sunday Dirt mode as we see some wheel spin out of Michael Hosick.
And the 99 didn't get going either.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start there for Robilas. Robilas already outside the top 10. Cash James goes to the high side. James and Culpa, I believe that is, split the Robilas machine 3 wide. As it is Jacob Adams and Garrett Sidnor, the top 2. Sidnor looking for a chance to flirt with the lead here. He looks to the inside of Michael Hosick. We have an issue. Trey Eidson went off the racetrack. Jay Kaner up in the outside wall. Mark Robilas in the wall. Trey Eidson coming back onto the racetrack through pit road. Jacob Adams, the leader, in the wall. It's now Garrett Sidnor.
Cash James trying to go 3 wide here, get 2 for 1. He got him. He's going to get up inside the 12 as well.
I heard this term on another broadcast last night. Cash James opened up his coupon book, took out a 2 for 1, now running in position number 7. I love that line, and I cannot wait to use it properly.
I love that. That's awesome.
Guys, new leader.
Hunter Smith gets turned by William White. We're wrecking on the back.
Wrecking.
Oh, the 02's in there, the 46.
We're wrecking as Harrison Talon takes over the race lead. Who would have thunk it? 20 laps to go, and we are under caution here, guys. Let's take a look on the Robilas photography replay machine.
I think Hunter was just trying to come down to really pinch off that.
Watching the 54, Hunter Smith. Lap 70 contact between the 9 of Kaner and the 91 of Eidson. Jay Kaner at Jay Kaner at fault for that one, but this is a little interesting. William White on the bottom. Hunter Smith, he's definitely pinching.
And I think Hunter starts to go left here, like he's going to go under the 12.
Yeah, you can see it right here. Chris, I don't know if you're watching the monitor here.
I am. I'm seeing it.
Watch the white line. You see the left front tire dip below that first white line. He's coming up to a second line. He's even further below the white line. Yeah, the 54 comes down onto the 43. Not much William could have done. I think William tries to turn out of it here, and that's why it almost looks like he turns him. Unfortunately, Jamie Haley involved. Not sure who that other car was, though.
Is that Dunwoody?
I believe that is David Dunwoody. Yeah, that's Dunwoody. Also involved. I think Dunwoody.
Look at that 54
I don't think he's
lift up in
done.
the air when he gets hit.
Yeah, Hunter
Incredible
did get
stuff.
some air there. He's able to continue on. But I want to go back to what happened just literal moments before that caution. This is the battle for the lead. Watch the one car, Harrison Talon. He takes to the high lane, following the Garrett Sidnor machine, and he just hooks and books. Harrison Talon takes the lead, and they're wrecking right behind, and the caution comes out. So Harry lucks out with that flag.
Now Jacob Adams has pitted here. He went ahead and got his tires.
Jacob needed to pit.
Strategy.
He got the wall just before this incident happened, Chris.
Michael pitted. He saved his set. Everybody who did not pit there pitted and got their set of tires. So
Yeah, you see
Was it
EJ
far
came
enough?
down. John Peterson, Gavin Higgins also came down pit road. let's go through the top 10 guys and see maybe who might still have a good shot. Obviously, everyone up here does, but Harrison Talon, the leader over Garrett Sidnor. That's the top 2. Justin Fuller in 3rd. Cam Barnes in 4th. Colin Culpa in 5th. Cash James 6th. Leighton Norgard, that is Austin's pick, currently running 7th. Brandon Ultra 8th. Trey Holmes in 9th. And Mark Murphy in position number 10. Look who's just outside the top 10. That's Michael Goodman. We just talked to Goody. And
Yeah,
he's like, oh yeah, I might get up to the top 10, guys, and he's 11th.
Speaking of talking to people, I think we got Jamie Haley in the waiting room, and that was ruled in the racing incident there, as you're seeing on your screen.
Jamie Haley, the Elite Racing Network here. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to quickly hand you over here to Chris Wright and Austin Sally. Guys, you got any questions here for Jamie about what just happened out there on the racetrack?
Well, Jamie, we saw you running around 10th to 15th most of the race. Got you up into the top 10 a couple runs there, and ultimately that wreck happened. We had a lot of different tire strategies going on. Not much you could do, kind of broadsided there, the 54. Tell us about your night and the outlook there. A couple of rough weeks here in a row, getting caught up in some late incidents.
Yeah, it was a good car. I felt it was definitely a top 10 car. I got pinned early in the race on the bottom, and a lot of people passed me, but once I got around, I think it was the 20. Once I got around him, I started picking him off again. And then I think the call was that early caution, what it was looking like, the people that took gas on that early caution, because I was having to save after that caution to try to make it. So I was rolling back there, you know, not really pushing it, and just hoping to make it to the end and see where I filtered out. But I don't know what happened there. I came out of the corner and I was going straight. Next thing I know, I had a car on top of me. It scared me a little bit.
Well, all right, Jamie, congrats on your run tonight. Austin, you got any questions for Jamie? If not, Jamie, you can shout your sponsors out and any other shout-out you want to give.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
I got iBuy Power. Thank for them being on the car tonight, and glad to be a part of Mountain Man Motorsports. Although I haven't put out the showing that I'd like to yet, but it's
It'll
just
come.
my
Don't
second
worry.
race. Yeah.
All right, Jamie, sorry for your tough luck here tonight. We will see you next time out here on the racetrack, and hopefully better luck.
All right, thank you guys.
Guys, that was Jamie Haley. Chris, congratulations on your run. He just had a car on top of it.
He did. Look, man, you got to try to be nice to all these
You're
guys.
just so used to podium interviews, eh?
Yeah.
Harry's still warming up his tires here as we're about to go green. That's a weird play.
As whatever did it work to get the lead.
It did work, but Justin Fuller, he's trying to drink that Red Bull right now. Damn, he is all over that machine as we ride on the nose of the Justin Fuller machine. Guys, I don't think we're going to stay green too long at this point. I have a feeling we're about to see another big one as Justin Fuller looks to the outside of Harrison Talon. Talon down on the bottom in the number 1 machine. It's Justin Fuller up on the high side at the line. It will be Talon by 2/100ths of a second over the Justin Fuller machine. Fuller trying to rip and zip that high side as Colin Culpa enters the battle. Culpa currently in position number 3 as Fuller takes over the race lead. We're already quickly approaching the 10 to go mark, guys.
Almost looks like that one car is getting severely loose out of the exit of the corner.
Yeah, Harrison Talon, I mean, he's not totally used to being up at the front either, so I think that plays a part to an extent. There's a big difference, as Chris can probably attest to, from running out front and running in traffic. Chris?
Sorry, I was communicating with race control. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so I was saying that there's a difference in feel from being out front to running in traffic. So Harrison Talon had been used to running in the traffic, and now the fact that he's out front, or was out front, a little bit of a different car feel. Can you agree with that?
Yes, but when you're running in traffic and then you get out front, it typically feels better. You go a little faster. You're not going to struggle. Whereas if you're running out front and then you get in traffic, that's when the struggle happens. So I think Harry can figure out how to make that thing go pretty good up at the front.
Absolutely. As we take a look here at the battle for fourth, it's Cash James up on the high side, a Leighton Norgard down low as we lose them with our camera view here tonight. Cameraman, I guess he was having a hot dog.
Oh, we got a wreck.
As
Gavin
we are
Higgins
under
here.
caution, Connor Thompson. Connor Thompson comes to a stop out there on the front straightaway. We are 11 laps to go, and we're under caution once again. Let's see what just happened here to Connor Thompson in the 31.
Wow, there's a lot going on right there.
You said Gavin Higgins, Chris?
Yeah. Watch. I thought the 20 was the initial spin. Watch the 20 here. The 20's going to get sideways.
We're going to actually watch the 31 first because something happened here. Oh!
All right. That's EJ right there.
This lasted half of a lap, almost a full lap. So EJ O'Rourke in the 41 gets into the 31. The 31 got a little bit wiggly first. So Connor Thompson, heck of a save.
Just misses that wall.
That was a heck of a save right there. Kudos to him. Reminds me of me at Daytona last year in the Truck Series. Hunter Smith and Alex Gray
Now watch
narrowly
Gavin here. Gavin's
avoid
going to get
that.
sideways as he
Gavin
gets
gets sideways. Andrew Hardcastle gets into the back of Connor Thompson. Then Connor Thompson comes to a stop, and that brings out the caution.
I think Wyatt might have got a piece of that too.
So that nearly lasted an entire lap, that incident. Those incidents, when they last that long, are absolutely wild.
Can we watch that replay back and watch the 20 save here on the front stretch?
Which 20? The Higgins 20?
Gavin Higgins, yeah.
10-4.
This is the good hands
So
move of the
here's
year
the
for
start.
Elite Racing, right here. Watch this 20 car.
Wow. He doesn't even... Does he even clip the grass?
I don't think so, but nobody's making a better save in Elite this whole year in any series.
Look at this. He does clip the grass right there. He clips the grass literally just because iRacing has issues calculating. The 31 of Connor Thompson ruled at fault there.
I wonder how much back to the right he had that thing right there in that last big slide.
Let's take a look.
That's just incredible. That's absolutely. And if they don't wreck, he probably gets hit, but because they wreck.
Okay, so I'm gonna clear the driver details here so we don't have his name. Watch that orange bar. I don't even know if we'll be able to see it because I think it'll disappear. Yeah, he disappears, but watch his hands. His hands went up and over right there. That's a full turn of the wheel that he just did. Again, hands upside down. Look at the sawing of that wheel that he's doing. Oh my gosh, Gavin Higgins. Kudos to you.
That is beautiful right there.
Man, if I could give away a Pit Pass Network hat for Saveth a Race, it would go to Gavin Higgins. 100%. That's incredible. Austin, do you want to say that's incredible too? Just because we just did too?
You know, that's insane, man. That's I know I don't have that much time on a sim setup, but ooh-wee, that is
that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, man. Wow. It's incidents like that get us announcers excited.
Yeah, when the caution came out, I thought it was him. You know, I saw him completely 90 degrees.
Well, all I saw, because keep in mind as I push the buttons behind the scenes, it points out to me on my system what is happening, and it said that Connor Thompson crashed. So I click on it. It brings me to Connor Thompson stopped on the racetrack. And I'm like, okay, I guess something just happened. Maybe his computer died or something, but nope. But since we are less than 10 to go, let's re-rack and restack here. Justin Fuller in the 55. That's my pick tonight. He is the leader. Harrison Talon in second. Colin Culpa in third. Culpa having probably by far his best Pit Pass Network ARCA Series race. A Leighton Norgard in fourth. That is Austin's pick. Cash James in fifth. By far his best race. Brandon Ultra in sixth. Trey Holmes seventh. Mark Murphy eighth. Michael Goodman ninth. Trey Eidson 10th. And just to point out Chris's pick here, Jacob Adams currently scored in position number 11. I'm impressed, guys, by a lot of these guys here tonight.
I'm still impressed with that save, man. That wheeling on that was insane.
100%. I've seen some great saves. That's got to be up there. Now, it probably won't rank towards the top in a lot of people's lists just because it was kind of like midfield, whatever. But the fact that he was able to do that and all the sawing of the wheel that Gavin Higgins did, that right there is huge. And he's still 14th.
So there's a lot at play right here, too. The 55 got 2 tallies at the start of the race. And he is going to argue the other one. So there is a theory out here that some people are saying you might only have to finish second.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, for sure. It will come to a vote. Of course, if Fuller crosses the line first, it will be an unofficial victory. Then it'll go to vote by the administrative board here at the Elite Racing League. As we head to the Geico restart zone, we are under green. It's Justin Fuller on the loud pedal. Harrison Talon already under pressure by Colin Culpa. As we'll keep an eye through the field, see if anything happens. I see John Peterson following a little bit as Cam Barnes. He's charging high and wide, 3 wide.
One thing here, too, we got tires on Jake.
A little bit of contact there. Cam Barnes, Hunter Smith together. Robilas coming to the bottom. Sorry about that for cutting you off, Chris. Things were getting wild.
You're fine. You're fine. It's just oh, Michael Goodman is around.
Goody! We are under caution. Trey Holmes was in the wall. He's fallen all the way back. Michael Goodman. Wow. Goody.
I think it was my
Goody.
race pick there, Jacob Adams.
Chris, I don't know if there was contact. I don't think there was contact.
Jake says he didn't get any contact, and Goody says, oh, I felt contact.
That's close. Let's see.
I think the question is there even did Jake get a car contact? That's the question.
So I will say that John Cutlip using
Touch, yeah.
they do touch.
Yeah.
They do touch, but is it enough? I don't know. John Cutlip with the program that he uses for race control, he is our race controller, folks. He'll be able to see who gets an incident point at what point in time. We're going to ride on board with Michael Hosick there. I just saw something pretty crazy. Watch this. We're going to slow it down here. Goodman sideways. Watch Hosick. Going directly at Goody. Just misses him.
Ooh-wee.
That was pretty tight.
Make you stand up in your seat a little bit, huh?
Yeah, you should definitely be wanting to stand up in your seat. As you can just see how close that was and how quick it happened as we go back to full speed. I want to back it up, though. Trey Holmes had an incident there. I think he got caught in the outside wall.
52 did get the tally there.
Where
I just
is-
want to explain what Jake was thinking there, too. So he's got to run. He's got new tires. He's going to try to work to the outside. You're going to watch Trey Holmes in the wall here. Pretty significant contact.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, the incident there between Adams and Goodman. Of course.
But, Jake was trying to move to the top. He had the throttle down. He had the newer tires, and he was trying to get up to the top, and he just didn't get high enough. Just clipped the back of him, like just ever so slightly.
Jacob Adams definitely not known as a dirty driver of any sorts, folks. So I just want to put that out there. Obviously, no ill intent. Just
And he and Goody have already been communicating. Goody's one of the best guys out
Goody's
here.
so chill. So chill. As you just saw from race controller John Cutlip, contact between the 52 of Jacob Adams and the 44 of Michael Goodman, 52 of Adams at fault. So that means a tally has been issued to Jacob Adams. What that means is if he gets 2 of them on the night, that will park him for the evening. You always have the ability to appeal one of them, which will go in front of the administrative team after the race. And if you are deemed at fault in the incident that you've appealed, you will be scored as the last place car in the event. So in this case, as Chris mentioned, Justin Fuller facing 2 tallies already. If they go ahead and review it and he is found at fault, then he'll be scored in last place. Now, just taking a look here, guys, this should be a first overtime attempt in tonight's race. We do have up to 3 of those. Do you think we will use all 3 overtime attempts? We're going to start with Austin.
My history of being a super fan of Elite, I'm gonna say yes.
Chris?
No, we're not going to use all 3. I am, Jake is the first guy on tires. I know Jake just spun Goody there, and nobody liked that, and everything. Their apology was it was just a racing deal. But I still like Jake to win this race here on the newer tires. I just think he's made great hay. They've only had about a lap and a half of green since that caution where he chose to pit after everybody else, after he saved a set. And he has picked up 12 spots, I think, 10, 12 spots. So I still like where he's at. I like where Trey is at. I like the 24. Those guys are coming through the field on fresh tires. I think all it's going to take is this thing to run 2 laps, and we're going to have a crazy race on our hands.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we might use 1 of the green, white, checkered attempts, or I guess 2 because this is the first one. I think it's going to be interesting. Actually, will this? No, this is going to be a natural.
No, we are using 1 of 3.
Are we in overtime, Chris?
Yes, we are.
Okay, as we are green calling Culpa with big wheel spin. We are back underway, and it is Justin Fuller and Harrison Talon leading the way as Culpa gets up to the rear of Talon. Let's see what happens here. This is the battle for second. Culpa on the outside, Talon on the inside. Norgard closing the gap into the picture here. Norgard goes to the bottom, nearly 3 wide.
To be careful here, Norgard.
As here comes Jacob Adams up to the high side. Let's see Justin Fuller. As Fuller does come across the line, white flag is out. That is our only green-white checkered attempt that we'll use tonight. It's Cash James on the bottom.
Behind him.
They are wrecking behind. We will stay under green.
Jake
Looks
gets
like
into the
Mark
wall.
Murphy involved. Jacob Adams in the wall. He's going to fall back further as we come down through 3 and 4. We're going to come off of turn number 4, and he's going to go back to back. It's going to be Justin Fuller picking up the victory here tonight at Kansas. Colin Culpa second, Harrison Talon third, Olayton Norgard fourth, and Cash James brings home a top 5. Chris, I said
Unofficial. This is
unofficial. I did say we'd interview Cash James if he got a top 5.
That's fine. Let's get him up in here.
I'm going to have to let Cash know that we're going to talk to him. So we will take a quick commercial break as we work on getting these drivers up into the interview room. And when we come back, we'll talk to our podium finishers and potentially Cash James.
Isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we are back here at Kansas. It's the Kansas 135. We've just wrapped up tonight's race. Justin Fuller taking home the victory once again here ahead of Colin Culpa and Harrison Talon. Looks like we do have Colin Culpa and Justin Fuller in the waiting room as Harrison Talon has just joined just in time. We're going to go ahead and pull him up for his third place interview, and kicking that off will be Chris Wright.
All right, we are joined by Harrison Talon. Harry, take us through your night. You played the strategy right, a couple late restarts worked out your way there, and almost got up there and had a shot to win the thing. But what more did you need to get those last two cars?
Yeah, we had a great Red Bull Chevy. I want to thank the guys at 21 Savage Motorsports over there for giving me a good opportunity to race with them in the ARCA series. Sharing a car here with Wyatt Canadal and Justin Vandermeer, so that's always fun. It's my first start in this particular car, in the one car, so happy to get a good result for them. But yeah, the race was good. I think we were solidly a top 10 car, probably the lower top 10. Those guys that stayed out there, not sure which caution was. It was around lap 70-ish, but really the holes just opened up for me on the restart, and was able to gain a few positions, get up to probably, I think it was fourth or fifth, and then on the restart after that, just got to the lead after a couple guys got together, and just couldn't hold it though. We didn't really have a good short run car. I don't think we definitely had a better long run pace, and yeah, but really happy to get a great P3 here, get on the podium, and looking forward to what we got going on next.
Yeah, and you mentioned this was your first start in this car. Well, the other car looks really good with the rowdy stuff on it, but typically can't find the way to finish those races out. So we're going to see you back in that car. Any tweaks to that car, maybe to that team? They're just not giving you what you need over there.
No, I think it's more of more driver specific there. Made a start at Watkins Glen and Daytona, but wrecked out pretty early there. So I just got to fix up a few mistakes. Hopefully, could be just running up front more. I don't know if the Gen 4 is better suited for me compared to the actual ARCA car itself, but that remains to be seen. Got to do a few more races in that regular ARCA car. But yeah, I think I'll be back in this car, the one car at Talladega, and I'll be running the 51 for the rest of the season whenever I'm not in this one. So definitely looking forward to it.
Well, all right, congrats on the run, Harry. I'll hand you off to Austin, see what he has for you.
Harrison, how's it going, dude?
Doing great. Great run tonight.
No, after last week's race, how's it feel to finish top 3 tonight here?
Yeah, last week was a disaster, to say the least. But to get top 3 here, get a good podium in my first run here in the Red Bull car is definitely amazing. Like I said, really good pace. Better on the long run than the short run. Couldn't really get the car under me without getting it to slide a bit there. On the short runs.
Looked like you were doing pretty good with that tire fall off and still keeping the car, going forward. So.
Yeah, definitely. I worked on it a bit in practice, some race runs, and had a really good comfort zone to what I needed to do, but also keep pace with the guys up in front and just pick up guys in that run there. I think we went from 20th to 8th by the end of that long run when the cautions started to come out. But yeah, it was a really good race and really excited for more.
Well, good job tonight, man. I'm going to go ahead and pass you off to Robert.
Awesome. Thank you.
Harrison finally got yourself a top 5, your 7th start in the Pit Pass Network ARCA series between last season and this one, and finally broke into the top 5. How good does it feel to finally get yourself a good finish?
Yeah, it feels really good. I always love Kansas. I always love coming here in any car that we run. Something about this track, it flows really well from my driving style. I thought we had a good shot there to win when I took the lead Made a mistake there on the restart though, starting up front, and experimented at the wrong time going into first, and it just completely spun the tires. I got no separation from the guys behind, but I'm not sure if we would have held it anyway. That 55 was really, really quick. But yeah, hats off to Justin Fuller. He ran a great race there at the end, and everything was really clean up front, and a lot of respect out there.
And Harrison, just before we get to your shout-outs, it's been well documented that the start of 2023B has not been the brightest period of time in Elite for you. Is this the start of a new chapter for you?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, definitely hasn't been the best. Definitely take all accountability for what I've done so far at the beginning of this new season, and apologize for all of that. And still working on myself to be better as a person and an individual, and be more professional in that aspect. So hopefully this does turn over a new leaf, though. We could get some good consistent runs here, whether it's in this series or other series. Hopefully we could get some momentum for tomorrow's race at Auto Club in the Cup Series. But yeah, you always got to strive to be better, and that's what I'm looking at right now.
Absolutely, and a focused and happy Harry is a very, very fast Harry. So I hope that we can see out front more often, Harrison. And just before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give, any sponsors you want to thank? Now the floor is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, like I said at the beginning, thank you to 21 Savage for the opportunity, Justin, for allowing me to share this car with him and running his team in this series as well. In the 51, just got to thank, guys at Red Bull, Rowdy Energy, got to thank, DoorDash, BetMGM on my other rides in Cup Series, Xfinity, and trucks. So, got to thank the league, for putting on these amazing events every single week, for allowing us to have some good fun. And thank you guys for always documenting it every single race. It's always fun to watch back, and I'll definitely be looking back at this one.
Well, congratulations on a great run here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you back on the track tomorrow night in the Cup Series.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Guys, that was Harrison Talon, your third-place finisher here tonight at Kansas. Now standing by with Chris and Austin is our second-place finisher, Colin Culpa.
Yeah, joined by Colin Culpa. Colin, it was a great run, and who knows, this race is unofficial. Might get a little something extra later, but take us through your night, and if there was anything that you could have done different to maybe win the thing.
I think that last restart was a little annoying. I'd been trying to get the tires warmed up just right, try and get a jump there. I mean, Justin just had the perfect restart, chose that outside lane. I'm not sure there's much I could have done. Said I ran my personal best 3 and 4 coming to the white flag, so I was like, well, maybe there's a shot, but I felt it was better trying to stick low and kind of defend from second at that point than try and risk it on the high line, get into the wall, trying to fight for the win. But I'm pretty happy with the day altogether.
Well, all right, congrats on your run, Colin. I will hand you off to Austin.
Hey, Colin. So I am super new here. Sure you probably have never heard of me, so I only got one question for you tonight, and it's one for the fans. What is your go-to dessert?
Good question. Like a brownie with caramel, something like that. I don't even need the ice cream with it. Like, warmest brownie you can think of. That is my stuff, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Robert, go ahead.
That was an interesting question, Austin, but Colin finally broke through with a top 5 finish here tonight at Kansas, and it came at the right time. Only 2 races left after this one before we kick off the playoffs, and you've moved up to position number 3 in points, just 10 back of the leader, Jacob Adams, and you have a 29-point buffer. Actually, I do stand corrected, 39-point buffer over the bubble for the playoffs. So how good does it feel to get that finish first off, and second off, build that insurance on the playoffs line?
It does feel good to try and get like a little more point cushion there. And I feel like I've been getting better every week. I felt like Chicagoland, I had a good shot at a decent finish, and then I tried to get cute with strategy, trying to short pit on fresh tires, and I knew going into today I was not going to do that. And I think it paid off, obviously, coming here in P2. It's just bit by bit. Even last week at Daytona, just avoiding the accident and kind of having the foresight to give myself some space there. Just trying to make it to the finish of these things, because you know that's stock car racing. You got to grab all the points you can when you can, whether that's finishing P2 or P6 with no front bumper or whatever you got. So it really is rewarding, and 39 points, not safe, but you can breathe a little easier. Talladega's a little scary looming there. But if we can put together a good finish next week and still feel good heading into Talladega, maybe even locking it up depending on how many cars we have, that I wouldn't be mad.
No, absolutely. And, tonight's race was definitely not the easiest. You started in 16th, had to work your way up through some tight battles on the racetrack. Maybe not the most ideal condition setup-wise for the car, but what did you find was the biggest challenge for you tonight working your way up through the field?
Qualifying wasn't my best. Nearly looped it on lap 1, saved it. I think I ran like a 35-second lap. That would have put me P33, but put something good enough for 16th. Just trying to gather what I could out of it. And then just trying to move around, find where the grip was. This really did feel like a Gen 4 race. Like it fit the bill perfectly, because I didn't feel comfortable anywhere out there with all that power and no grip. And then just timing that last caution. Well, the last caution in the middle of the race, the first caution, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Trying to make up as much ground as I could without burning my tires off so quickly. I think me and Harrison, that battle there at the end, that was only because I had saved a little bit more earlier in that last 25 or so laps. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Apollo Motorsports were pretty new to ERL. Justin, Jeremy, Jake, and the guys, Tim as well. And I think we found a home here, and this is just shows the progress we're making. We keep learning every week, and we just keep getting better.
Absolutely. Steady growth is very important, and welcome home to the Elite Racing League. Colin, the floor is now yours. Any shout outs you want to give? Any sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, as I said, Apollo Motorsports. I think Christian and Andrew also, forget them. But yeah, it's great to be a part of a good group of guys that's trying to get faster every week. Cannot complain about that. Shout out to my girlfriend Kate. Here it's National Girlfriend's Day, so shout out to her. And hope to talk to you guys again pretty soon.
Absolutely. We'd love to have an interview with you, just one step higher on that podium. Great job tonight, Colin, and we'll see you next time out.
Awesome. Thank you.
That was Colin Culp, our runner-up here tonight. And guys, finally on the podium, our winner of back-to-back races, Justin Fuller, standing by with Chris and Austin.
Yeah, Justin, we saw you at the start of the race have some issues and had to work through some stuff. So as we've said a few times, this is all unofficial till we get confirmation later. But take us through your night and how you recovered after the first couple laps went the way they did.
Yeah, first and foremost, I got to apologize to Ray again. I've apologized to him a couple times. That was really bad on my part. I just got a little loose at the wall and chased it down the track, and I kind of lost my bearing where I was, and I just absolutely destroyed him. So I'm really sorry to him. That was really bad, and I feel really bad about it. We could have possibly had a caution-free race, so you can kind of blame the how the race went on me for that. But we were able to rebound. I got involved in an incident there with somebody else, kind of like the same thing off turn 4, and I got right hooked, and I locked the tires down. I had a little bit of damage, so I fixed that. And I tried marching my way to the field on those tires. And I was able to get up to about 14th, and I just kind of stalled out there. So, but I was going to be able to make it on fuel, so I was kind of hoping to see how it was going to play out with the fuel mileage. I think guys were having to save fuel, or they couldn't make it, and they were going to have to pit again. And I think it was going to come down to me in the 54. I'm not sure who he is, but I know he pitted on a lap before me or something like that, and I know he would be able to make it. So I was hoping to see how that was going to play out, but we never got to that point. And from that point on, we were just trying to make up spots without causing any more issues. This is only my 3rd or 4th race in this league now, so didn't really want to have a caution tally already, but we got one now, so we're going to have to keep it clean from here on out.
All right, Justin, congrats on the back-to-back wins, and I guess going for the three-peat next week. I'll hand you off to Austin and see what he has for you.
Hey, Justin, how's it going?
Good, Austin. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. So back-to-back weeks, you are on the top of the podium. How does that feel?
It feels really good. Great field, good racing. Again, it's kind of bittersweet feeling just because of the Ray incident. I'm not too proud of myself, but in racing, you got to kind of put that stuff behind you while you're racing. So doesn't matter. I still feel bad about it, but I'm really happy to pull off the win again.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, I asked the second place finisher this question since I'm so new and I don't have anything on the point standings or anything like that. What is your go-to dessert?
That's a good question. Well, if I'm at Red Robin, I go for the Mississippi mud pie, I think it's called. I don't know. It's like a mountain mud pie, something like that. I don't know. It's a big old piece of cake with chocolate ice cream or vanilla ice cream and whipped cream. I don't know. That's pretty good. I go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've had that before. That's really good. Well, I'm gonna pass you off to Robert now. Thank you.
What a question once again, Austin. Justin, back-to-back victories here in the Pit Pass Network ARCA series. You've started off really strong here in Elite, of course, like you mentioned, bittersweet with the moment happening with Ray Bracey earlier on. But how good does it feel to get back-to-back victories? And kind of an interesting stat here, you started third in both of them.
Well, I guess we gotta focus on qualifying third from now on every race. I'm sure that streak won't stay alive for too long, but that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, kind of a random stat there, but looking ahead to Bristol next week, followed by Talladega. I think Dega's probably circled on your calendar, but how you feeling about Bristol?
I mean, I love short track racing. I consider that my bread and butter of racing. So, I feel like I'm pretty well rounded at just about everything. But when it comes to short track racing, that's where I put my effort in. A lot of the scheduling that I've seen over here at the Elite Racing League, and seeing short tracks on the schedule is really the reason that brought me over here. So I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know, maybe you can tell me. I don't know if it's the ARCA car or if it's a Gen 4. I mean, it's not going to really matter regardless for me. I'm going to have a good time regardless doing it, but I'm sure that'll play a factor in how the race goes for me. So hopefully we'll be up front battling for it, though.
It will be the ARCA car at Bristol and then the Gen 4 again at Talladega.
Okay. So we won't have too much horsepower next week, but it'll still be a good time. That track's super fast. Doesn't really matter what car you're in. So, but that'll definitely change how you attack the exit of the corners for sure.
Absolutely. And Justin, once again, this is the opportunity for you to thank your supporters, thank any fans you got tuning in. Whatever you want to do, this is your time.
Thanks. Again, just say sorry to Ray. Thanks to everybody that watched. Thanks to the Pit Pass Network for sponsoring the series. Thanks for you guys putting on the broadcast. Thanks to all the admins for what they do. It's really cool having in-race admins. I've never really seen that before, so that's really cool. Thanks to everybody in the race. That was a lot of fun, really clean, other than my mistake. Thanks to everybody that watched. I think I already said that, but yeah, I think I'm looking forward to next week. I think I'm going to keep running this series. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying my time over here so far.
Well, we're definitely glad to have you. Glad that you're enjoying your time here, and we look forward to seeing you next week at Bristol.
Thanks, Robert. Have a good one.
Congratulations once again, Justin Fuller, your winner tonight. And guys, last but not least, we got to talk to this guy finally. This is the man that he is, Mr. Pit Pass Network. It's Cash James. Cash, you got a copy, my friend?
I do.
Cash, you didn't get on the podium tonight, but I told these guys, I said, if Cash gets a top 5 tonight, we have to talk to him. Walk us through that race tonight. You gained 12 spots and came home with a top 5 finish.
Well, for once, practice actually paid off. I spent probably 6 hours today practicing, and it went pretty much exactly how I thought. Started off good, got a long run like I was hoping for. Moved up to 5th, I think, before pit stops. Yeah, the rest of the race was just smooth. The last few restarts scared me a little bit, but we did good.
Yeah, you definitely did good here tonight. And I just want to point out, this is your first top 5 in the Pit Pass Network ARCA series, second top 10. Your first top 10 came at Chicagoland just a few weeks ago. And that's another race where you went absolutely clean, 0 incident points. What's the key to success here? Is it trying to keep that car clean, or is it just slowly picking them off one by one?
With me, it's definitely staying clean. For some reason, I don't like to qualify, so I always try to start in the back, which tends to incident points. So I think I'll start qualifying from now on and seeing how that pays off.
And before I pass you over to Chris and Austin, I definitely want to hear your answer to Austin's question that he's asked everyone else tonight, just because I think yours might be a little obscure to say, but you know, we talked about if you won tonight, you know, that maybe you'd give away another Pit Pass Network hat, and I said, nah, if he wins, he's giving away his house. What are your thoughts on that?
If I would have won, or what?
If you would have won, what crazy thing would you have done?
Man, I don't know, honestly. I mean, I would have got a special prize from the wife, but as far as giving stuff away, I'm not sure.
As I'm going to hand it over, let's go to Austin first. I want to hear your answer to his question, and then we'll throw it to Chris.
All right, Cash, Mr. Pit Pass Network. What is your go-to dessert?
All right, so this is gonna sound really weird. All right, just bear with me. It's called ding dong.
I told you
cake.
it would be obscure.
It's called ding dong cake. So it's like Swiss rolls with like whipped cream, and it's really weird. You gotta look it up. It's fucking delicious.
I will have to look into that. It sounds like diabetes to me, and I'm for that.
Oh yeah.
Chris, you got anything for Mr. Money Jim over here?
Well, you skipped me there in the middle. I think we both know why you skipped me in the middle. I would have seeked elaboration on the comment, but Cash, congrats on the run. It was great seeing you run up front tonight. It's great seeing that pace. Hopefully, there's more of it. And what race do you have circled coming up here that you might be able to win?
Definitely not the next two, Bristol or Talladega. I'm not sure what's after that, but whatever the next mile and a half is, I'll say that.
Well, congrats on the run tonight, Cash. I know you had all the Pit Pass Network cheering you on. Your wife was in the chat there talking about it. So hopefully, like I said, you find your way to victory lane here pretty soon.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I appreciate it.
And Cash, just before we let you go, let's give you a chance. Who do you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out? Any loved ones, fans you want to say hello to?
First, my wife, Kath. She's my biggest supporter. I love her very much. Everybody at PPN, you, Robert, I love you so much. Chris, Jake Finch, even though he doesn't watch, and my best friend, Patrick O'Toole.
And LJ, of course. But shout out to Cash James on his 5th place finish tonight. Cash, congratulations. Stand by in the waiting room. We'll have a chat with you after the race here. And great job here tonight.
Thanks, fellas.
That was Cash James, Mr. Pit Pass Network, coming home in 5th. Guys, what a race tonight. Justin Fuller back-to-back. Colin Culpa, his first podium. Harrison Talon, his first podium. Leighton Norgard, another strong run. And Cash James, his first top 5. Also, I just noticed EJ O'Rourke came back to 7th. What a drive back by EJ.
Yeah, he powered back there. He played that strategy about getting tires later than everybody else, and it seemed like it worked out pretty good.
Absolutely.
Trey Holmes with that top 10 still after that very vicious wall smack on that. What was that, second to last lap?
Very, very late there for Trey. I'm going to pull up the overall results here, point out a couple finishes. Jacob Adams came home 9th there. Trey Eidson up in the top 10 as well. Garrett Sidnor just outside. Cam Barnes right there as well. Gavin Higgins, after that fantastic recovery, comes home 13th. Michael Goodman fell to 17th. Just behind them. Let's see if we can grab a couple more of those finishers. This thing wants to be a little slow on us tonight. Michael Hossack, he had some fans in the stands there. 21st. Josh Osborne, sorry, and different Josh, 20th. And just a little bit further back, Mark Robilis, 24th. Mark Murphy there, 25th. Jamie Haley, 29th, unfortunately, for William White, 30th. And I want to point out Randy Canadle. He was so fast in practice, just didn't have it come race time, finished 31st here tonight. Unfortunate for him, but guys, that'll just about do it for us here tonight from Kansas. This has been another great race in the Pit Pass Network ARCA series. And actually, just before we do depart, I want to let you guys know the point standings with 2 races remaining in the regular season. Your points leader, Jacob Adams, by 5 over Leighton Norgard, 10 over Colin Culpa, 12 over Michael Hosick, 18 back is Hunter Smith, 26 back is a tie between Corey Abbott and Wyatt Canadle. Cash James, 30 back. Trey Eidson and William White, 36 back. Ray Bracey, 38 back. David Dunwoody, 39 back. That rounds out the current playoff drivers. And then there's a 10-point gap back to Garrett Sidnor, and so on through Connor Thompson, Mark Murphy, Mike Goodman, and so on. But that will just about do it for us tonight here on the Elite Racing Network. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at, I believe, 8 o'clock Eastern, Chris? 8:30? For the JoinAPS.com Cup Series. Live from the Auto Club Speedway, it'll be Dave Huckleberry, the mastermind behind Elite Racing Network, and Alexander Ned, the great from Charlotte. They'll be joining us to bring that to you. We got to thank John Cutlip, our race controller, of course, Chris Wright and Austin Sally for joining me here tonight in the booth. This has been another Elite Racing Network production. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. And on behalf of Brent Jones, cheers.